the value here. Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney Dining Review.
All right, so we have been eyeing this place for quite some time every time we drive down World Drive. And this is the Amare, which is at the top of Swan Reserve, and it just looks beautiful.
All right, this is future Dan telling past Leslie and Dan, this is not at the top of the Swan Reserve. So don't make fools of yourselves by telling people this is at the top of the Swan Reserve.
Oh shoot, we already did.
I've wanted to go on top of this building. We actually wanted to stay at the Swan Reserve. We looked at it last year. I don't remember when we were looking at it.
It was like November of 2021.
Oh, when we were coming down to, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely way too expensive to stay there. But they have a very cool looking restaurant. I mean, from what we can see in our car, at the top of it called Amare. I didn't even know that it's Mediterranean.
I know, we were looking at the menu and we were like, which made me even more excited. I thought it was like gonna be another steakhouse that just was kind of like your normal run-of-the-mill steakhouse, but no, it's Mediterranean. It's got a cool Mediterranean spin. There's like several different flatbreads. There's some cool like lamb dumplings and all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of vegetarian stuff on the menu.
I did not either.
But I mean, it's Mediterranean, right? They gotta have stuff. But I did notice they had like sea bass and a steak and chicken and the dumplings thing and
mahi, I think. So
yeah. So you look at the website and it is very anything you'd find in the Mediterranean. So like olives and olive oil and citrus and fish, seafood, that kind of stuff.
I love all of those
things. So very much looking forward to this. We will try and remember to ask if there are vegetarian things. I know a lot of you are wanting us to touch on that a little bit as well. But the menu is not huge. It is supposed to be upscale casual or casual upscale. I don't know.
Yeah, we weren't really sure how to dress. So this is
what you get.
This is what we did. We were like, well, we'll look nice, but not too fancy.
Yeah. So Amare, I guess it stands for to love or something to do with love. Anyway, Are you ready to go get our love on in Amare?
That was weird.
Well, are you ready to go to Amare and eat?
Let's go to Amare and eat.
All right, let's do it. We have made it to Amare, which is not on the top floor, just so we're clear.
I guess it was supposed to be, but it's not.
More on that later.
We have ordered our drinks. I got the Palomita, which is kind of like a grapefruit margarita. It says it has mezcal in it, which I don't taste a lot of the smokiness, but it's good. Like it tastes really good. I like it.
Yep. I got the old fashioned. It was a Madagascar old fashioned. It was $20, so it was the most expensive specialty cocktail they had, but it's quite good. There isn't one large ice cube, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's pretty well done. I'm struggling.
We also got the Mediterranean dips, which was not on the online menu, so we were kind of surprised to see it. And it has like a roasted red pepper dip, and then like a hummus, and then a mint chutney, and then
Also, before we ever even ordered that, they brought to the table a basket of 4 pieces of bread with some hummus and oil and tapenade.
It was really good.
So should we try this?
Yeah. The pita is warm. It's really yum. It's soft. The dip was very, very well done.
Mint chutney is next. That's pretty good too, actually. For vegetarian options, they really don't have much. It's basically the salads or the flatbreads without meat. So those are your vegetarian options. So I ended up ordering the sea bass.
And then I got the Amare flatbread, which has like leeks and bacon and potato on it. It looked really tasty.
So the sea bass looks amazing. It
my
comes in
gosh.
this parchment paper. There's a couple
That's not
fillets in
edible.
there.
Don't eat the paper.
Don't eat the paper. Oh yeah,
Oh, that's good.
that's good.
That was delicious. So I have a pizza, which is a pretty decent sized pizza. It's like $19.
That is a flatbread, apparently.
The potatoes. I never thought to put potatoes on pizza before, but the potatoes and the leeks and the bacon are a really great combination. It's a different kind of pizza that I wouldn't expect. Like I'm gonna really like that, but it works well together.
It's more like an oil-based sauce. It's not a
Yeah.
red sauce at all.
Yeah.
Is it white, or is it just like an olive oil?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Just investigating. All right, I'm gonna go eat because
Yeah.
this is great.
It's real good. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. It's very good. It was so good, in fact, that we have no room for dessert because we have been just devouring everything they bring us. Are you ready to finish this up at home?
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, we are back from a pretty fantastic meal that I'm
Yeah.
excited to tell you about.
But first, if you are looking to plan your next Disney destination, Universal, cruise line, or all-inclusive resort vacation, please reach out to Fantastical Vacations. We would love to help. We have so many wonderful travel advisors that are just waiting to help you plan a magical trip. I was not prepared for... Hello, princess.
She was waiting.
I was not prepared for this. I don't know how else to start this other than to say that I wasn't prepared to enjoy this as much as I did. Especially when we arrived and it was on level 3.
Okay. So let's set this up. So first, if you are driving to the Swan Reserve, there is no guard that lets you in like there are at
Right.
Disney properties. So Marriott just has gate arms, and then you self-park and you grab a ticket. So if you are eating at one of these restaurants at Swan, Dolphin, Swan Reserve, they validate your ticket. So it was like $32 to park there. So definitely
Yeah.
make sure you bring your ticket inside. They
Yeah.
will give you another barcode. You scan them both when you leave, and it's validated, so you don't have to pay to park. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
But we walk into Swan Reserve, and you said to the whatever guy sitting there,
Yeah, I don't know who he was, but I said, can you point me in the direction of Amare? And he said, yeah.
up the escalator to the left.
And
I'm
I
like,
thought, well, that
that's-
escalator doesn't look long enough.
yeah, that's not going to the roof. So
So we got up there and we were like, oh. And so I'm not gonna lie, I was instantly disappointed. I thought I was eating at a rooftop dining experience, and I was like instantly disappointed that that's not what it was. Apparently the rooftop, we did go sneak up there. And
it was closed off.
it's-
We may have gone around.
To be fair, one of the guys that worked there told us to, but it was beautiful, and it's for like
gorgeous.
weddings and events.
It's an
and
event space, yeah.
it is absolutely spectacular up there. If you're looking for a place for a wedding, it's gorgeous.
Side note, apparently it was supposed to be a rooftop restaurant, but Disney did not let them do it because apparently Disney wants to control all the rooftop restaurants in Disney World. So they've got
Which is
Riviera
just-
Topolino's, they've got Grand Casino Tower with Toledo. What else they got?
They have
California
Contemporary.
Grill with Contemporary. Anyway, it's not a rooftop restaurant. So.
At least that's what the guy at the restaurant said. So, all of that to say, I was instantly disappointed, and I thought, now I was just prepared to kind of just not like the whole experience, and boy, was I wrong.
So let's just dive into it. So let's do ambiance and theming. The only thing that knocks the ambiance and theming down is that we were expecting a rooftop view, and we got third floor view. And honestly, whenever you're in the third floor restaurant, they have actually opaqued the windows, like just like basically blacked out the windows for like the bottom 3 feet, so you can't see the golf course, the miniature golf course, and the parking lot that's down below. So all you can see out is above, which is a little bit cheesy, but the decor is lovely. There is an expo kitchen. I mean, you sat there and watched the Expediter all night long. Like, he was fantastic.
It is fascinating. I felt like I was in Hell's Kitchen, but he was much nicer. Like
Dips all day.
and he was like calling out the tickets, and he was like correcting people. They'd bring him something and be like, "That's not right. Take it back and do it better." And like,
And we're like, yeah.
it was like entertainment, like dinner and a show. It was fantastic. I loved it so much.
There wasn't a lot of like soft goods to soak up sound, but it wasn't overly loud in there.
No, it
Like the
wasn't too
loudest
loud.
part was the Expo Kitchen, and that
Yeah.
was like a welcome loudness because it was.
I was like, I want to hear more.
Yeah, it's like a show that you're watching. Them prepare your food and everything. It was kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind that noise at all. The tables weren't right up next to each other. I didn't see a 2-top. There may have been. I didn't see one. We were set at a 4-top. Didn't have to ask or anything. It was great.
Yeah, it was lovely. So we gave it a 4. It was wonderful. So if it had been on the rooftop, I think it would have gotten a 5.
Service. Honestly, our waitress started off a little slow. We were not quite vibing at first. We thought she maybe was just having an off night, but after we ordered drinks and our appetizer, like she was fantastic. Like she noticed, she really filled our water. She noticed that we ran out of pita bread for our appetizer. She automatically ordered a new round of pita bread, didn't charge us for it. I don't know if she's supposed to or not, but at the end, she brought us, what's the opposite of an aperitif?
Oh,
So an aperitif is a drink before the meal, right? Is an aperitif also a drink after the meal? I don't know.
it was a lovely little beverage.
She brought us like just set down 2 little cocktails, like an
like-
orange.
It was like creamsicle in a cup.
We gave her a 4.
Yep. All right, so drinks. I ordered the Palomita, something like that, and Anyway, I ordered this drink that was like a grapefruit margarita, and it was quite lovely. It was very good, and
I got their signature old fashioned. It actually tasted very good. It did not have 1 large ice cube. If I had one complaint about the drinks, it's the fact the old fashioned. If you have a nice bourbon or whiskey or if you're putting any sort of liquor on ice, it just makes sense. 1 large chunk melts slower than a bunch of little small chunks. So I think the drinks were above average, but not like crazy amazing.
so we gave him a 4. Side note, Dan got large ice cubes with Addicted to the Mouse logo on the top of them for Christmas.
Yeah, not at Amare. They didn't have those there. They were fresh out.
I'm so excited to talk about the food.
The food was great. So normally we, like, especially in these nicer restaurants, there's like something that we absolutely love. We loved everything about the food here.
Yeah.
And we didn't get the most expensive things on the menu either.
No.
Okay.
I wish we had room for dessert because I bet it's phenomenal
But it's
too.
phenomenal. We get sat and we order our drinks and they bring out bread for the table that we didn't have to pay $18 for at Disneyland. Not only did they bring out bread for the table, but they brought out a plate of like hummus with olive oil and a teppanyard, like the chopped up olives
good.
in it. And it was fantastic.
I probably wouldn't have needed to order my Mediterranean dips, but I'm really glad I did because
Oh, no.
that was also wonderful.
Oh yeah, I'm getting those again. Those are fantastic.
They were so good. That warm pita bread and the dips were all fantastic. And
Pita bread was, it was cooked fresh there.
Yeah.
So like on an open fire, because you could get that charred on a couple of pieces.
Yeah.
So good. And I was gonna complain about there being a ratio problem between the amount of pita bread and the quantity of dip in those 3 containers, because there was a lot of dip actually.
was.
And our waitress noticed that we ran out and brought us a new one, no charge.
I got the flatbread that was really, really, really good. It's very well done. Most of it's in my
I
refrigerator.
was gonna say you brought in 3/4 of it in there.
But you got the sea bass, which was also wonderful. So I had to eat some of that too. It was
And normally with sea bass, you get like a little square.
no,
This was 2 fillets,
it was huge.
giant fillets of sea bass. I couldn't finish it. Probably a third of it is in there.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Mine was $43. Yours was $19. The value here, we got 2 drinks, the bread with the dips that I'm assuming everybody gets, an appetizer,
Yeah.
2 entrees, great entrees,
Yeah.
and then those 2 little after dinner little
They didn't charge us
liqueurs.
for those.
They didn't charge us for those. We did get a DVC discount, but it was just shy of $100 before tip.
That's really good for like a decent night out. Like it was great. He stared at the receipt for a little while,
I'm like,
just in shock.
are you serious? Like, this is fantastic. For the value, this place is awesome.
It was refreshing.
Food, we didn't finish up, so food, we gave a 5.
Yes. All of that, it was a 4.25. I really think that it deserves that. I mean, for the value you get, this is not like a fancy pants place. Like, you can go. We could have dressed down significantly.
But I didn't feel out of place.
No, I didn't feel
this.
out of place. But I mean, I would have felt comfortable in jeans and flip-flops too.
Fantastic wine selection. If
Oh,
you like
yeah.
wine, a lot of Mediterranean wine.
Yeah.
The wine list was huge, and they've got wine flights there.
It was huge, and we did not feel out of place.
And we didn't feel out of place. I would like to take my my mom when she comes next time. I think she would really enjoy it.
Yeah. And so Dan got the sea bass, and the chef came over partway through our meal and was like, oh, good, you got the right one. Because I guess last night they had a special on red snapper, and he noticed that some of the plates were coming out with red snapper. And so Dan got the right one, but I heard him go to the table next to us who got sea bass, and he was like, I'm so sorry. We actually gave you the red snapper instead. My apologies. We're making you a new one. And she was like, absolutely not. This is wonderful. So, but I mean, I thought, how great is that?
Yeah.
Like, he noticed and he actually went to the table and corrected it. I wouldn't have even known the difference had he served me red snapper, but
We also, so the chef came, the chef was the expediter, so he was outside of that expo kitchen, so he just walked over, he wasn't that far away. And then, but also another lady, I don't know if she was the manager or what, but she came over and checked on the table. So I
Yeah.
felt very well taken care of.
Yeah.
Definitely did not feel like talked down to or anything like that. Like, this was we will be back here.
oh yeah, it was fantastic.
4.25, like that's good. That's
Yeah.
real good.
Well, if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.